Hey everyone, Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and I'm bringing you guys another Goodsmile Company Pop Up Parade unboxing. This time I'm going with the fourth member that I've unboxed of the quintessential quintuplets line, with the big sister of the group, Ichika, my personal favorite of the quintuplets. I know it's a tough choice a lot of times, but as you guys can see, I have done a couple of them here on the channel. I have done Ichika, I did Yotsuba, and I did Miku over here. Now, these are all the first run, which was very highly panned and flooded with just negative comments by basically everyone who got this line. And I think that actually caused Goodsmile to reprint them as the movie versions. And they've re-released these since with much better faces and much more vibrant colors. So again, when you're seeing this, just remember, this is actually the now out of print version. So the newer one is probably going to look a lot better than this, as I've gone on record with the rest of these. Again, I do not have the newer releases because I don't want to buy the same ones twice. So I don't have anything as far as that to compare. But eventually I will probably get at least one or two of them just for comparison's sake. Today, obviously, again, if you follow the channel, I grab a pop-up parade at random from my shelves of backlogs downstairs and unbox one of them with you almost every week. Sometimes I throw in a little bit of a different figure or some cards or stuff like that too. But I'm going to go and I'm going to do a pop-up parade today. Again, it is my favorite waifu out of the quintuplets. So, as always, I'm going to bring you guys in. I'm going to take a look at the box with you. I mean, in the box, she looks pretty cool. So, hopefully, she's going to be the one that I'm going to go, okay, yes, this looks really good. Yotsuba actually was pretty close. So, even though she's my least favorite of the quintuplets, her figure was pretty close to being just really great. But I'm going to bring you guys over, show you guys how she looks inside the box, and then we're going to open her up. Okay, so the first thing you guys notice here with the box, other than obviously the figure herself, is this is the older style Pop Parade box. Just for example, this is the newer style box right here. Again, this was from Ralph Talia. I did her on the channel as well. So this is the older style of the box. And again, you can perfectly see the figure through the box, which is, again, what I like about these. Both sides are perfectly clear as well. So you can basically see the figure inside the clamshell. Now, the back is obviously an old style box, so it has all the different colored triangles here and just all the descriptions down below. Goodsmile Company Pop Up Parade, Quintuplets 2, all that good stuff. And then obviously here on the front, we've got Ichika Nakano here. So, very simplistic design, easy to see, like it because you get to see all the figures. But enough of that, let's take a look at how she looks like outside of this box. As always with these, we've got our 3 pieces of tape. We are going to cut, and cut. We're going to make some loud noises. And we are going to cut around the edges here. So she has tape on the top, not on the corners. Don't cut too deep. You don't want to cut her head. And she has some down here on the side. I'll pop this open, make some more loud noise. Didn't make that much loud noise this time. Okay, so she has a yellow base. So Yotsuba has green, Ichika has pink, and Miku has blue. So we've got the yellow base right here with the 2 keys right here to have her foot pegs go into. She is, again, all one piece. And we're going to unwrap her. She doesn't have long hair, so nothing really to stick on, which is a good thing. Take a look real quick. She looks pretty cute. I'm gonna give it that. She looks, I think, better than the rest. Again, her feet. She has 2 pegs in the bottom of the foot. It's gonna key in. And another one of the things with a lot of these pop-up parades, I say a lot, which the quintuplets have actually been the exception, but most of these pop-up parades are always on 1 foot. I find that always kind of funny. And, of course, she is the first of the quintuplets that I've opened that does that. So, she's very cute. She's got her little purse. She's rocking her cell phone in her hand. Gives her a little more personality. So she looks pretty cute at first glance, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a more detailed look at her together right now. All right, so as always, I'm going to go with a free camera. And, I mean, you can see, I mean, they got the pose and the outfit and everything down pretty good. The hair color is a little off. Let me just adjust that light. Okay, fix the light again. The hair color seems a little off, and it does just, I think it looks a little off on all of these. Just the colors in general, they're very bland. And I think on the newer versions, they actually made the colors more vibrant. But she doesn't look bad. I can't actually say she looks bad. Ichika, I think, so far is my least favorite out of this line. But we're going to zoom in. We'll take a closer look at her together. Again, with all these, I got no complaints as far as the sculpts and the molds and the paint job on them. It's all very clean. Her socks, her shoes, everything's very clean. You know, the legs, her skirt right here, it looks great. The sweater tied around her waist, all that looks really, really good, really clean. So, you know, and for those of you obviously at home, yes, she's wearing undies. So yes, this is not a adults only figure. So somebody had asked me that in one of my previous videos. Oh, do these have clothes that come off? No, they don't. Obviously, this is all together, one piece. So I'm going to clarify that for you all now in case anyone DMs me and asks. So sorry about that. Again, everything looks tight on here. The buttons, I mean, well, I guess literally the shirt looks really tight too, but the paintwork and the sculpting actually all looks very good on it. Her purse, all the way down to all the little details on it. I mean, everything looks very good. It's just something is very kind of off about the figure in general, I guess. I mean, even the hair looks good. There's not a lot of really messy sculpt or anything like that to the hair or messy paint. But then we get here to the face, and it's just, I don't know if it's just the noses they do on these or what, but just something looks off in the face, and I can't place it, and it bothers me. As you can see here, like I said, she's got her little smartphone. Little details are there right down to the little tiny buttons. I mean, everything is detailed really well. It's just something there just doesn't fit, and I cannot place it. But, I mean, all in all, I mean, you come in the back from a distance, and she looks really good. So, it's definitely a crapshoot. It's one of those things where once you get up close, you're like, wait, who is that? Like, what am I looking at? And then you go back, and you're like, wait, she looks pretty good. So, it's definitely deceptive. But I think she's actually one of the better ones out of this set. So I'm going to let you guys take a look at her with the others real quick before I close this out. So here she is with my, so far, least favorite from the set in Ichika. I just was not a fan of this. But again, both of them are sculpted very well. Sorry about that. My camera wanted to focus on Batman in the background. They're both sculpted very well. It's just, again, just like with Ichika, the faces just something looks off about them. So, not really sure. But I'm going to show you the others right now. Here we are with Miku and her. And now Miku looked all right. She didn't look too bad at all. So I don't know. Like I said, these are definitely a crapshoot. But you can definitely tell that these were early on and they weren't the greatest. So it's very hard to tell. And it's something, I don't know, in the faces that just doesn't look quite right. And then lastly, we have Yotsuba, which, while is my least favorite quintuplet, her figure actually looks the best. So I gotta say, I think these two are actually the best two so far that I've done. I still have Nino to do, but I think these two came out the best. So Yotsuba, maybe just because she has a good expression on her face. I don't know, but like I said, these are definitely very, very difficult figures to judge. But that's all of them. So I'm going to pick it all four that I have done so far. And here are all four of the quintuplets that I've done so far on the channel. So if you guys want to take more detailed looks at any of these, feel free to check out those unboxings as well. But we're going to wrap this video up right now. Okay, so that about does it for yet another Goodsmile Pop Up Parade unboxing. And honestly, I can definitely see where the hate for this initial printing line comes from. Because as I said here in this video, like, there's just something off about these. And with Ichika, I actually don't have an available prize figure to show off of her. I know in my other videos I've actually shown like the Sega prize figures and stuff like that of her. I actually have misplaced her in all of my shuffling around, and I honestly do not know where she is. I'm still looking around right now to see if maybe I missed her. But it's very tough to put my finger on it. And I don't know if it's the bland colors or just what it is about them. But like when I've done these other prize figures, if you watch these other videos, I've had an Ichika, I've had a Yotsuba, I've had a Miku of other companies' prize figures like Sega's and Banprestos, I think. And you look at them and a lot of the time they're bigger, but the colors are just super vibrant on them and they look really nice. And I think that might be what one of the big issues with these are, is they're very, I guess you can call it pastel. They're just, I know they're not even pastel because they're not pretty colors. It's just, they're just bland colors. And maybe that's why they just don't pop. And there's also just something with the faces that it just doesn't work. And I'm not a sculptor. I'm not a professional at this, with these things. But looking at these from the perspective of comparing them to other prize figures and things like that, there's just something not right about them. And again, if you guys can place it or you guys know exactly what it is, leave me your thoughts in the comments, because I've heard a bunch of things from a bunch of other people. But it sucks because I love the quintuplets, and this is my favorite. She is my favorite girl, and I think she's probably now the second best of these pop-up parades, at least. Like I said, with Yotsuba being first. And I think it's just mostly because of the way they did her face and her cute little pose and the peace sign, everything else. But she definitely comes in at a close second. Again, I can't really rate her very high, even though I like the character. I gotta give her probably like a 6 out of 10, because I've been giving these pop-up parades very good scores. And again, this is putting it up against other pop-up parades and other prize figures. So again, when I review things and I rate things, I go by kind of other things in a similar price point or a similar line. So if it's pop-up parades, I'll compare it to other pop-up parades. But then I'll also go out of Pop-Up Parade to things like prize figures that are in a comparable price point. I won't compare this to, again, Kotobukiya pieces or anything like that are double and triple the price. So I definitely scale all my reviews a little bit differently. So if you see me rate something an 8 and go, well, why was that an 8 and this is a 6? Well, it probably has to do with scaling and price points. So honestly, these are all nice enough as is. Like I said, they're all like 6 out of 10. They're not amazing. But if they made all those improvements with the next versions of them, they're probably going to go up to like a 7 or an 8. But these standard original print versions are very mediocre. And again, if I had known they were going to be reprinting these and changing them, I probably would have waited. But the fact of the matter is, I got these all for a very good price. Got them from Japan, so I couldn't complain, and I couldn't send them back. So, whatever. But honestly, like I said, this line of the pop-up parades has definitely made me a little nervous about pop-up parades. But if you watch any of my other videos, I've got nothing but great things to say about a lot of them, except for 2. There's 2 other ones that I was a little on. So more than likely, you're going to be happy with pop-up parades. But again, if you're going to look for quintuplets, definitely do not go with the old school box ones. Go for the new style box, which again looks more like this rather than the old school box, with the more vibrant colored quintuplets, with the more expressive faces and things like that. That's what I'm going to recommend to you guys. You may be able to get these sets for really cheap because there's not a high demand for them. But I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. So, I don't know. All in all, I mean, she's an average. She's average. It's a decent piece, but there's every prize figure looks better. Same with the rest of these. Every prize figure out there looks better. So, I can't really recommend picking them up unless you really, really love the quintuplets and are out of figures to buy for them. So, again, pass on this initial launch. Go for the reprints. And if you guys have them, let me know in the comments, you know, how they size up compared to these. Or if you guys want to post some pictures or whatever in my comment sections, or just DM them to me just so I can do some comparisons myself. I'd like to just check them all out. I've kind of done some research, looked at pictures, stuff like that already. But, you know, seeing what all you all think about them, you know, helps me out too. Because helps me scale out what you guys are interested in. But anyways, that's it for this unboxing and kind of review here of another mediocre pop-up parade. And I hate saying that because I've had such a good feedback on a lot of these figures. But this line, again, go with the newer version or just pass on them. But as always, hope you guys like this video. If you do, follow me on all the socials. Click the like button, the subscribe button, the share button. If you hated the figure, you want to dislike this video. If you don't like listening to me talking, click the dislike button, whatever it is. It still keeps me going in the algorithm as always. Again, follow on all the socials. Linktree is in the description below. And yeah, I know this isn't the video you guys were all looking for. I know you've all been waiting this week for Albedo. She's coming. She's going to be the last video of the week. Excuse me. But yep, and I'm also filming videos to be posted next week while I'm on vacation. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the patience. We'll be rewarded this Saturday because Albedo is coming on Saturday. Last video of the week. Stay tuned. And yeah, I'll see you guys in that video. Bye, everyone.